Hi, everyone, and welcome to session 2 of Bestselling Author Bootcamp. How are you feeling today? Good? Did you have a great learning session 1? Yes? So, I'm sure you would have launched your book. Have you launched your book? If not, pause it right now. Pause this video right now and go ahead and launch your book. And you're like, Shweta, what if someone copies my book idea? No one is going to copy your idea because everyone is having their $100 million ideas. I myself are having a list of book ideas that I want to work on. I'm sure everyone else is also having similar ideas, meaning ideas that they want to work on, not similar to yours. Possible that someone is thinking right now like you and doing it. Do you think only Einstein got the inventive idea? Okay, the invention idea? No. Was he the only one to get that idea, or was Newton the only one to get that idea? No. But they were the ones who worked on them. So the question is not whether someone can copy the idea. The question is, can you work on it and get it done in the next 30 days? That's the question to ask yourself. Can I do it? If yes, go ahead, launch your book. Okay, that's the thing that I look forward. Another question that I've been getting, that Shweta, is it okay if I just launch in the group, the WhatsApp group? No. How are you going to validate your idea? Remember why we are launching, the different reasons. The first is market validation. And for that, you have to go ahead and launch your book on social media. Maybe you're having your own fears. Maybe you don't want to become vulnerable. Maybe you don't want to be open about it to your circle. But then after publishing also, you have to do the same thing. So why not do it now? Validate your market. Second reason, warm your audience. Third reason, get that motivation and discipline. And of course, the fourth reason, I can't do it, Shweta. Remove the not thing. You can do it. So go ahead, launch your book. Whatever reasons, keep them aside. Whatever questions are popping up in your head, they are your resistances. They are your fears speaking and stopping you from taking that action. Remember, conscious and subconscious, all those past experiences are now cropping out and asking you giving you different doubts. Ye kaise karu, wo kaise karu. Go and watch the video again if you are still having doubts. Understand how do you launch. I've already shared the templates. Go ahead and launch your book. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so today, session 2, what are we going to learn today? In session 2, you're going to learn how do you write your book fast, the scientifically proven formula, the 3-step formula on how do you go ahead and write that book, even if you've not written anything earlier. Okay, how many of you have half-written books? Have you ever got stuck after writing the book? Okay, raise your hand if you have got stuck, or you started but then you lost the motivation. That's what happens, right? You start and enroll to a gym. 31st December, yes, I'm going to be fit this year. By 7th of Jan, you're back to your own routine, right? That's what happens with most people who start writing their book and then stop. Okay, so let's begin. Excited? First thing, I want a commitment from you that you are going to watch the session and then you are going to work on the task and post it in the group, because we are having a lot of prizes. For session 1 also there is a prize. For session 2 there is a prize. And I want you to win a prize. Okay, I want you to take away some good prizes from from me. So yes, have you ever got stuck? If yes, this is the session. Do you want to write a book fast? If yes, this is the session. So don't miss it. Watch it till the end and let's begin. So yes, if you have ever got stuck, let's get started. Okay, I don't want you to get stuck. I want to make this effortless for you. When I started, I always thought that it's going to be really difficult. I had that mountain in my head. It's going to be really difficult. It's going to take years, because that's what I had been hearing, that how can you write a book in like few days? Then I saw authors like Stephen King, authors like Sudha Murthy, authors like John Boyne. They're writing books in 3 days, 2 days, a week's time, 2 weeks' time. Kaise? Yes, that's how they write. That's what I'm going to share in today's session. Okay. So I want a commitment. Committed, na? You're committing, right? Yes? Super. So have you ever wondered how best-selling authors write their books? Now, I already gave the formula on how to launch. How are they beginning to write? Okay. Not even beginning to write. How are they beginning with the planning and validating their idea yesterday, in session 1. So ever wondered how they then go ahead to the next step? How Robin Sharma and all those people are writing their books. Okay. How are they able to write so many books in a year? Hey, Stephen King gets like, writes so many books in a year. How are they doing it? And you're like, yahan to ek hi book nahi ho raha. You're like that, I cannot write even one book. And I see authors coming book after book every quarter. Okay. So how are they doing that? What is the planning they do? What is the secret behind their writing process? That's what we are going to cover today. Okay. So who wants this proven model? Okay. Who wants this proven model, which is followed by the best-selling authors right now? Let's go. Let's dive in. Okay. So today you are going to learn the best-selling author formula to write their book. Okay. How are they writing? So let's play a quiz. Before we go there, I'm going to give you a little picture of if you don't follow it, what is going to happen. Okay. So let's do a quiz. Tell me which type of author you are. So I hope that you're going to take notes. So while I'm sharing the different types of authors in this world, okay, note down where you stand. Okay, note down where you stand, and also note down where you want to be, where you want to reach. Yes. So there are 3 types of authors in this world. Let's begin. I'm sharing too many types of authors now, but that's how it is. You know, I've studied so many authors. I've studied, like, I have handled so many clients, and I've seen the traits. I've seen what mistakes they did. And that is why you're lucky that you don't have to go through those mistakes. Meaning you don't have to commit those mistakes. You are in this boot camp, avoid all those mistakes. Yeah. So now, the 3 types of authors who come up with the same great book. They all have the same idea. Okay. But it's just the process that is going to make all the difference in the quality of the book and where the author is going to reach in their journey. Yes. So they are going to take different time. They are going to take the different process. So idea, when people say, what if someone copies my idea? No one can copy your idea. Because if they don't know what is the next step, they're going to write with whatever thought process they have. If they don't know the strategy, they've not attended this bootcamp, no, they are not going to copy it. Okay. So the first type of authors, they take over a lifetime to write that one great book. They're going to take years, maybe 50 years, 20 years, 30 years to write a book. That one book. Do you think it's going to be good? Do you think those authors are going to enjoy? And some authors, like some upcoming authors, some wannabe authors, aspiring authors, they are like, start kiya hai, chal raha hai. Okay. And possible that those authors, meaning those wannabe authors, are never going to see their book. They are going to take that book with them in their grave. So those are the first type of authors who don't know the process, who just start. Aaj likha, after a few months, okay, again writing. So again, they have to go back. Kya tha process? We are all changing every day, right? Every single day we are changing. Every single day we are growing, or, we are not growing. So the thing is, when you take a lot of time to write that book, the language will be different, because our language is also changing as we progress in our life, based on what we are learning, what we are seeing all around. The situations are changing. So 6 months back, whatever you had written, now you feel like, oh, this is redundant. You go into that critical mode. So yes, these type of authors, they suffer like anything. And probably that is why after a few years, they just shove that idea. It's not that good, because they've changed now. They have better ideas. They're like, no, I have a better idea now. Let me start with that. That's the reason they have a pile of half-written books, or just one book which is like there, because now they've lost the heat, lost the motivation to do that. Are you this type of author? Yeah. Now, second type of author. Authors who take a couple of years to write and get published. Couple of years instead of decades. Now it's like, come to the second type of author who take couple of years to write that book. They also suffer while writing, but they're like coming back to the book after every week, after every 10 days, after every month, they're coming back, writing, and then again losing heat, again coming back. So they are focused on the book, but then the quality of the book is suffering. They suffer in the editing also. Okay. So when they edit, they feel like, oh, this is not coherent. Meaning the first chapter is not going with the second chapter. The language is also now different, because the person has changed in a year. So now in the that last chapter and the first chapter, total difference in the language and the thought process. So yes, the quality of the book goes down. editing is difficult. They have suffered, and so they have not even enjoyed the process, the journey. So they are going to stop there. They're not going to put more effort in that book. That's why the journey is not that inspiring for them, and it's not going to take them further. So those are second type of authors. And third type of authors, they attend this boot camp, they apply everything, they take over a month, less than a month to get published. Their quality of the book, the coherent, the ideas are coherent, the language is good, because they are writing in like very less time, they're enjoying it, and they're not even suffering in editing because everything is logical one after the other. The language is also similar. Those are the third type of authors. And of course, when you enjoy, what do? When you enjoy anything, you repeat. When you enjoy anything, you go ahead and give 100%, 200%, 300% in it. Yes. So those are the third type of authors who are going to see success in their author journey. And the reader is also going to love their book because they see it's logical, coherent. And of course, when you look at my session 3, you will understand how do you turn those readers into raving fans as well. Okay. So those are the third type of author. So which type of author you want to be? Yes. When I started, I was the first type. I had no idea, okay, about this process. So when I attended workshops here in Mumbai, I'm so lucky to be here that I got guidance from one of the best authors. Now, only in writing, publishing wise, not lot in indie publishing in India. So I learned it from outside India. So what type of author you are? I am right now in author third type. Okay. I take less than 5 days, 6 days to write my book and get published within a month's time. Okay. So that's how I started Kiss of True Love. I took just a week to write it. Within a month, I was published. The other two short novellas, I took a day's time to write that book. Yes. Yes. So exactly how, let's go and dive deep into it. So got it right? Which type of author you want to be? What is right now where you are before boot camp and after boot camp where you will be, from author type 1 or 2 to author type 3. Okay. So which type of author, what type of author you want to become? Note it down. So now next step is decide your book's word count, tentative word count. Okay. So just note down what is the word count you are planning for your book. Okay. So now people ask, how can we do that? When you go out to buy a house, you already have a budget in mind and you already know what area you're going to buy, which fits in your budget. You already know you want a 1 BHK or a 2 BHK or a 3 BHK or a bungalow. Yes. Similarly, that's how you're going to do the research and all that thing. Okay. Similarly, when you are set out to write that book, you need to know where to draw the boundaries. If you don't set the boundaries for yourself, how are we going to write the book? It's like endless. Meaning for 1 lakh words or 50,000 words or 10,000 words or 20,000 words. What is it that you are targeting? So this is your target. Set a target. Okay? A tentative target. It can change. But right now, okay, I'm going to write a 20,000 words book. For a beginner, for a first-time author, 20 to 25,000 words is good. So note it down. Okay. But it's not that I cannot write a 10,000 word book. Yes, you can. So based on your idea decides the length and the depth of your book. Okay. So based on your idea and what is the purpose and what is the outcome that you want to give to the reader, based on that, you decide the word count of your book. Note it down. Okay. 20,000, 25,000, 10,000, 15,000, just note it down. Or 50,000, 40,000, just note it down. Okay. Irrespective of the genre. Next is, what is the deadline? To write these many words. Now let me give, add my mentor. He also took, guidance from me on how to write this book, Siddharth, and he wrote 10,000 words a day, and he did it in 10 days time. His manuscript was ready. For me, 35,000 words or 5,000 words or 10,000 words. I did do 5,000 words in a day, in an hour, in a 1.5 hour. Okay. So note down your book deadline based on this word count divided by 5 or 10. And then you have that book deadline. In 5 days or 10 days, you will be able to do it. Note it down. Okay. Now, do you think best-selling authors work by deadlines? What do you think? Do they work by deadline? Because their bread and butter is dependent on them, on that deadline. Okay, so yes, they do. They do. Okay. So you also, if you want to see yourself as a best-selling author, if you want to sell 1,000 copies, if you sell 10, want to get that Oscar, okay, the Hall of Honor and Oscar in my community, then you need to set a deadline. First deadline for writing. Next, of course, I'm going to guide you in my 30-day author challenge. How do you actually then publish it? Okay. So meaning the time taken to publish, what is the number of days for editing and all that. So set a deadline for now for writing that book. In how many days you're going to complete this word count. Clear? Okay. So now, do you think that having just the deadline is enough? Is it enough? I can set a deadline. Okay, I want to make 1 crore by 31st of December. But setting the deadline is not enough, right? So you have taken one step ahead towards your book. Now you need to do something to achieve it, right? So now day 2 is all about the plan. It's about planning that, how do you achieve that goal? How do you achieve that deadline? Whatever you are setting for your book. Okay, so here are the 3 steps that you need to write your great book fast. Okay. And it's scientifically proven. So what is the science behind it? I'm going to just share that. So step 1 is you work on your mindset, because it is mindset that sets best-selling authors like Stephen King, Robin Sharma, J.K. Rowling, Chetan Bhagat, Ashwin Sanghi, Sudha Murthy, Preeti Jinoy, these people apart from the rest of the people. What is their mindset? What is going in their head? Do you think though they don't get trolled? Do you think that they don't get negative reviews? They do. Go and check Robin Sharma's 5 a.m. Club. Loads of critical reviews. Okay. So lots of them. So it's not that they are not getting bad reviews, but then how are they keeping themselves laser-like focused, just like Arjun, on that eye of the bird? How do you do that? Secret is in the mindset. Okay. So the step 1 of the scientific formula is to build the right foundation for your author journey. You protect yourself from all those negative things and guide yourself, march yourself ahead in your, towards your milestones. So you have multiple milestones. Remember yesterday, what are your milestones? Become a bootcamp star first. Complete all your assignments. Okay. Once you become a bootcamp star, what do? Then you will be becoming the action taker. Once you become the action taker, you are going to become the book finisher, warrior. Okay. And then next, you're going to become the best-selling author in 10 days time. Okay. Then after that, what are you going to do? You are going to enter the Hall of Honor by selling 1,000 copies. And then you are going to win the Oscar by selling 10,000 copies of your book. That's your roadmap. How do you build such a huge palace, such huge monuments, such huge achievements? You need to have the right foundation. So how do you build the right foundation? Being a writer is not just about typing. It's not about surviving the, it's not just about surviving the roller coaster ride. It's a lot about creative journey. It's a lot about learning new things. It's a lot about protecting yourself. Yes, attitude is just a little thing that makes a big, big, big difference. How do you always have the right attitude? How do you always work from that place of love and not that place of fear? How do you do that? Okay, so strong author foundation will see you through this journey. So 3 steps for strong author foundation. Number 1 is mindset, goal setting, and time management. Okay, so you should have that unbeatable mindset, unbeatable author mindset to protect yourself and to guide yourself towards your goals. Then you have to set your goals. So you have set a goal now, word count, and then the deadline for the book, and other goals are editing, publishing, and then, I'm not going to go into the heads because you are going, what goes into publishing. Okay. So that you will learn in the session 4. Okay. So there are different heads, then publishing, then becoming a best-selling author. These are the broader deadlines for you. So you set goals for them, goals for these things, and then set time management. Because without setting a time, without giving a time, okay, I am going to spend 1 hour every day for my book. Without this thing, your goal is just a wish. It's just a dream. So for every goal, to become, to achieve every goal, you need to give time. Clear? Okay. So now, how do you build that unbeatable author mindset? First thing is you have to prepare. Mental preparation is very, very important. So that is why in session 1, you've designed the cover. You had goosebumps. How many of you had goosebumps? You felt good. If you've not done that, please go and do it. Okay. So as part of mental preparation, you are going to print that cover or put that cover somewhere where you see frequently during the day, through the day. Okay. So see your cover every day. Maybe start your day by just looking at your cover and sending that love towards that cover, and then feeling that, yes, I'm going to be a published author in next 30 days. That's a part of mental preparation. You are preparing your mind to work on your book. You're also setting out the intention to write that book. So that's preparation. Next thing is affirmation. What are affirmations? Affirmations are what all things you're expecting from the book. Okay, so what are the outcomes that are going to happen for you when you get published? Those are affirmations. So I want you to spend time today as part of session 2, note down your affirmations. What are the things you want from your book? Okay, like I am a best-selling author now. I've sold 1,000 copies of my book. I'm getting raving reviews from my readers. Okay, I got 2 speaking opportunities. I'm going to speak at the colleges where I always had dreamt to study, and now they are inviting me to speak at their campus. So those are the affirmations. What do you want that book to open for you? Okay, and it will happen if you work on your affirmations every single day. See, the thing is that this is part of mindset, but without action, it's not going to happen. So we are going to club both. That's a powerful combination. Mindset, affirmation, meditation, and then, of course, strategic action taking. Okay, so affirm and then meditate. Just 5 minutes of meditation on you receiving everything from that book. Do that. So these are the 3 steps. Commit that you're going to do them at least till the time we are associated for the next 5 days. And of course, if you take up the next challenge with me, then we'll be associated for a very long time. 5 days, are you going to do that? Yes. Yeah. Okay. So assignment 2 is write your author affirmations. Just quickly note them down. Now, I'm going to give you some sample affirmations, but I don't want you to get influenced by them. So just quickly note down, what do you expect from your book? In present tense, not in future tense. Okay. So in present tense, note it down. Like, for example, I'm writing a great book that will infinitely grow my business and establish myself as an authority in my field. Or my book is getting a lot of praise from the readers, and they're also getting impacted in a very positive way. My book is making me immortal through my words. Note down what all affirmations, just note down the outcomes that you desire from your book in present tense. Okay, pause the video and do it. Second step. So first step is strong author foundation. For strong author foundation, mental preparation, goal setting, and time management. And in mindset, what are we doing? Preparation, affirmation, and meditation. Got it? Note it down quickly. Okay. Second step is research. What do you do in research? Research is formalized curiosity. It is poking and prying with a purpose. Understand that if you are type 1 author, you are in an endless research mode. Are you in an endless research mode? Yes? No? Are you like on a blind date with knowledge? You don't know where you're going. You don't know how much research to do. That is why set a word count. That is why you need to know what are you researching. So research has to have a purpose. Without a purpose, don't start the research. So second step is you need to ask these 3 questions to nail your research activity. Okay. Before you start writing, please don't start writing. Okay. Now, first complete the boot camp. Understand what goes in writing, publishing, and marketing. Only then you go to the next step if you have validated the market and completed all the assignments. Got it? So yeah, these are the 3 questions that you need to nail. Number 1, very, very simple. Do I really need to research? A lot of people are already expert. Like if you're writing a non-fiction book, say, and you've spent like 5 years, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years doing what you're doing, then you don't need to research. You're already an expert. Just go ahead to the next step. Ask yourself, do I need to research? Maybe you're writing a fiction and some places are involved and you need to research about them. Note it down. Okay, yes, I do need, and very less. Okay, what is the amount of research that you will be needing? Quickly note that down. First thing, do I need to research? Yes, no. If yes, when do I need to research? Yes, very, very important. You don't need to complete all that research before writing the book, or while to bilkul bhul jao. Okay, so it's very important that you do this activity before or after. So note down, when do I need to research? Now, for people whose their book depend on the research, then you have to research before starting to write. Say, for example, when I was writing biography of Modi ji, I had to complete the research, because I would not be able to write it until and unless I know everything, all the bits and pieces of his life. So that is why I needed research before writing. But in some cases, so first case, if your book content depends on the research and you are not an expert, then you have to complete the research before writing. Okay. But in some cases, like maybe writing fiction or non-fiction, but you need only bits and pieces of research. Matlab, what do you mean by that? Say, for example, you need only the name of the places in a city. For that, you don't need to research a lot. Okay. So you can have fillers. You can have dummy names there, highlight them, and then you do that research after writing the book. That's right. Q, because you don't know what all things you need from that place. Okay. So in that case, you will be researching after. I did that, a lot of it in my books after writing the book, and just had highlighted and I filled in those things. So when do you need to research? Note that down. Research before or after. While bilkul bhi nahi. While writing, you are never going to go away from your book. Writing is happening from which side of the brain? Tell me. Here comes the science part. Okay. Tell me. Writing is happening from which part? Which side of the brain? Okay. So writing is happening from which part? So we already covered. Okay. Research before if your book depends on it, and research after if your book doesn't depend on it. Okay. Now, do not research while writing your book. Why? Writing happens from the right side of brain. Writing is creative journey. Once you are in that flow, now even if you're writing non-fiction, hear me out. Okay. When you are in that flow of writing, you are in your right zone. Okay. And people say, it's like very, very popular that when you write and complete that book, you will realize, oh, I didn't write that book. What a beautiful book I have written. Because you are in that zone. It's said that it is God who is writing through you. It's like you are connected to the universe when you're writing. Don't disrupt that connection. So don't switch to research. Don't switch to reading your book. Okay. One mistake and you're back to square zero. If you lose that creative flow, it's very difficult to catch it again. So for next 3 days, 4 days, when you start writing, you're always going to be in that zone, and you will be able to then do it pretty fast. Okay. The reason why you have half-written books is because you were researching while writing. The quality suffers a lot. You cannot just copy, paste, and do that work. No, you can't. So when you switch gears, now researching is what type of activity for the brain? You're using left side of your brain. Logical, analytical skills you're using to do the research. So when you shift from right to left, you're switching gears. Requires more energy. The inertia from left to right, bahut zyada. Okay. So from right to left is very easy, because entire day you're mostly in the left side, working from the left side. Only unless you are an artist or an actor, or you are used to using your right side, it will be easier for you to switch, because you've trained yourself to switch to right side. But otherwise, most of the people are on the left side of the brain most of the day. So please, when you are writing that book, you're not going to do any logical work. Don't switch your brain. Okay, got it? The scientific reason. Now, the third question that you need to ask is how much time is required for research, because it cannot be endless. So you have to ask yourself, okay, how many days I'm going to research? What all things I need to research before I start writing? If research, the book depends on your research. So note down 5 days, 2 days, 1 day, note down. Okay. Why this is required is because when you start researching, What happens is that you are on one website, then you go from there to other website, and from there you land to YouTube, and it keeps going on. You download so much stuff, you're not even going to read it. So this is very important. Time required for research, and then you will stick to that time. One day, matlab one day, that you will have to have that rule with yourself that if I take more time than that, then I'm going to stop my research and start with my book. Cool. Yes. Okay, let's move ahead. The third step is, first two steps are foundation, research, and now you're going to outline your book before you start writing. So outline is like the roadmap from start to end. You say now, outline, what happens is that it's like you're going out and writing that book. Okay. So you are going out on a road trip, for an example. Now, if you don't have a destination, do you think you will take a lot of time? You don't even know where you're going. Okay. Outline is actually giving you a destination. Outline is giving you, okay, which path you're going to take and how you're going to reach. What is the experience you're going to giving to the reader? And you will know, okay, this is what I'm going to do. So when you outline your book, the probability of you finishing your book is like 100%. Okay. All you have to do is then give time. So all that difficult work that people do while writing, and then they struggle and take years to write the book, what are we doing? Strategically doing it first before you start writing. And then when you write, you already have the roadmap. All you have to do is then execute it. Simple, clear, everyone. So we are not going to dive into what are the outlining techniques and all that, because we need to first learn the reader psychology. That's tomorrow in session 3. Okay. Now, before we jump to the next thing, I want to share the 3 writing styles. What are the 3 writing styles? Okay. The first writing style is called pantsing. What it is called? Let me quickly type it for you. It's called pantsing, where people go on a road trip without any destination in head. It's like, love at first sight. Okay. So you love the idea so much that you just jump on it and start writing. And then after a day or two, you're like, writer's block, Shweta. I am not understanding what to write next. Because you pantsed. You didn't have a roadmap. You didn't know how much fuel you will need. You didn't have any idea about the word count. Of course, you're going to get stuck. Writer's block is a myth. And only 1% people actually complete their book when they are pantsing. Only 1%. Okay. And the quality is also like Dila Dala. Because it's not crisp. Because you didn't plan the experience that you're going to give to the reader. There is no completeness in the book. And then, of course, editing is going to be difficult for you to make it crisp, give a good experience to the reader. So a strict no for pantsing. If you want to make it well out there, if you want to make it success, if you want your book to be a success in the market, no pantsing, please. Okay. Second is plotting, which is like, outlining. Whatever you're going to write, you're going to first outline it, everything, all bullet by bullet, chapter by chapter, everything, and then only start writing. 99% people complete it. Okay. So the probability of success when you plot is 99%. Now, problem is that a lot of people, like especially fiction, for non-fiction, this is what they're going to do. Okay. This is what they are going to do. But for fiction people, they're like, Shweta, I don't know how the story is going to take the shape. I don't know the end. I want to enjoy telling the story to myself. Okay. So how do I do it? So what you can do is you can marry pantsing with plotting. Okay. So it's also called plantsing. So what happens in this is you plot till the last part of the book. Okay. This is for fiction guys. Okay. So fiction authors. So you plot till the last part of the book, but you don't want to spoil the end for you. You want the end to come naturally. So you then start writing. So you're plotting till 70% of the book, and only the 30% is going to be done as you write it. You let it shape for you. That's plantsing. Okay. Here, the beauty of plantsing is you get the good part of pantsing, meaning the end is unconventional. In plotting, the end becomes conventional one because you've already thought through it. Okay. So plotting में एक drawback है for fiction people, that the end is pre-decided, but it is also one of the advantages that you are able to then give that experience to the reader. And in Plansing, the end becomes unconventional, if not thought, and it might surprise you. Okay. So for non-fiction, plotting is the way, the outlining is the way. For fiction, plotting and outlining is the way, only thing is you can change the end. If it comes, like if it is going through a different path, let it flow, don't obstruct it. Okay, so the point is, important thing is you need to flow and don't obstruct the flow. So the 3 steps, remember, are you now clear? Have you noted them down? So if you miss this step, the outlining, what do you become? You become the author type 1 or 2, okay, who takes lifetime or couple of years to come up with their book. Do you want to become that? No, right? So don't miss any step. So here are some examples of authors who followed these simple steps and became trusted authors here. Like Sandeep Bogra, he's got multiple awards now. He's done his book in less than a month's time, and he's become a best-selling author. He's sold more than 1,000 copies. Yes, he is in a Hall of Honor with me. Next type of author is Mohita Datta. She's a communication coach. She wrote her book with me and then became a best-selling author. So that's Mohita Datta for you. Then next is Neerja. Can you imagine someone like Neerja? She is an educator. She quit her job now. She's actually created the system. She applied my most trusted author system, published multiple books, and now she's quit her job and completely focused on her author journey. Cool. So yeah, that's Neerja Bandi. How would you feel if you get awarded by Amazon? My authors have got awarded by Amazon. They applied my most trusted author model, and of course, more stuff on how do you make those readers like wow them. How do you convert your reader into a raving fan? How do you give them that 5-dimensional experience in your book? When you do that, okay, you're bound to receive awards. So yes, he's an international best-selling author now, and he has got recognized by Amazon too. Cool, amazing. Then Shashikala Gadepalli, and yes, these people are like irrespective of age. So Dr. Thomas is a senior citizen, 60 plus. We have Shashikala Gadepalli. She's also a senior citizen. She's also able to do it. She's done amazing job. She has also published a thriller now. She has multiple, she has published multiple books now. So who wants to make their author journey effortless and enjoy the journey with me to become the most trusted author in 30 days? And of course, a best-selling author, and sell thousands of copies by just applying my system. Yes, yes, yes. So who's ready to give dedicated 1 hour every day to me through your author journey to create that immortal asset? Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. So do you think if you give focus, time, and effort every day to your book and follow my system, follow the strategies, do you think you will ever get stuck? And you have my support too. Do you think you will ever get stuck? Yeah. No. Never. Okay. So recap of the session 2, mindset, the unbeatable author mindset. Build your very strong foundation, research and outline before you start writing. So this is your assignment for session 2. Write your affirmations, note them in your book, set aside 7 to 8 a.m. or 9 to 10 p.m. or it's up to you. You know, you can have your comfortable time slot, note it down. Okay, what is the time slot? Post it in the group with this entire assignment. Okay. And also answer these questions for yourself. Also, you will be noting down the word count and the deadline. When are you getting published? Okay, within next. So I'm sure you want to get published within 2022. You want to enter 2023 with the author word, right? Yes, you want to make 2023 your great year. So let's get published. So answer these questions now. Research is required or not? Yes or no? If yes, research before or after? And what is the time required for research? Cool. So that's where we end session 2. So did you learn a lot today? Yes. Is that a win? So give yourself a high five. Yes, give yourself a high five for that. Now, I look forward to seeing you in session 3. Don't miss it. You've committed. Okay. And let's make you the bootcamp star. Don't forget to post your assignments in the group so that you can win some amazing prizes. And if you complete all the 4 assignments, you know that you're getting some guaranteed prize from me. Thank you. God bless you. Take care. Bye-bye.